And I think we're live. Hello, Kelly. How are you today?
Hi, Steph. Thank you so much for having me. How are you today?
I'm really well. I'm super excited to talk to you because every time we talk, we get gems, incredible gold from you. Obviously, you are a trainer extraordinaire. You're actually literally the electrology guru of Australia, I would say. I've learned so much about electrology, and it's an incredible field that's really booming at the moment. So today we're all going to be talking all about that, but I'd love for you to start by introducing yourself and tell us a little bit about your history, how you came to be in the beauty and aesthetic industry, and all about Dermaskin.
Wonderful. Okay, of course. Well, hi everybody. My name is Kelly Dermody and I am the founder of Dermaskin Training. So I've been a trainer and assessor, beauty therapist for 30 odd years now. Training and education is my passion. And we began Dermaskin Training last year, mainly to upskill in modalities that current therapists have not had the opportunity to upskill in just yet, and giving them formal national accreditation for those units. And electrolysis is definitely leading the field.
Oh, absolutely. It's well, we've got an electrology symposium coming up, the ABIC Electrology Symposium in 2025, and that's in January. And you are going to be speaking and exhibiting, and you're actually an ABIC member as well, an education member. So you're fully involved in the progress, increasing of standards and the review of education that's happening in our industry, which is exciting. You've got so many projects going on. How do you handle everything?
What comes with the passion. So I absolutely am very much involved in the reform of electrolysis and the beauty industry in Australia, and getting us accredited, recognised, and really elevating beauty therapists and trying to pick our standards up, which I know a lot of therapists want to do in the industry, and then also new to the industry. And trying to get our industry regulated is very much at the forefront of what's driving this passion right now. And ABIC, amazing to be a part of. And our symposium in 2026 is directed at this point for electrologists, and it's going to be held at Novotel. We'll talk more about that at the end of this, and we'll give you the link. So if anyone wants to jump on and purchase tickets, it's going to be amazing.
It's definitely the place to be because electrology is booming in Australia. We literally, if you're listening to this and you don't know much about electrology, I can tell you now, electrologists are fully booked all across the country there's not enough electrologists. They're charging healthy rates. They're doing incredible work, permanent, really meaningful work with the most advanced technology out there. And if you're not on this, this is the live for you, because it really is opening up a huge new business and stream, I would say, but also a stream that actually is so meaningful for the people that are receiving the treatments. There are a lot of myths around electrology. We remember the old days of electrology as well. But there's so many more new advancements. I'd love to do a little bit of a myth busting session at the beginning, if that's okay, because a lot of people assume that, for example, they compare laser hair removal and electrolysis, but they don't really understand that laser is not permanent. Tell us about the myths and the misleading information behind this, and what does the real science say about what is true removal versus reduction?
Well, that's a great question, because it is something that we've been asked all the time. Electrolysis has always been around since the 1800s. And of course, it's very old school technique, but it is making a big resurgence as a lot of therapists and clients are realizing that the use of laser, it actually needs a chromophore, which is a target, which is pigment and melanin in the actual target that it's looking for. So even though that's been great till now, it is just reduction, and always has been, because the light source, again, can only pick up the chromophore. Whereas electrolysis is individually going into each and every follicle, hair follicle, and destroying the dermal papilla, which is the growth source of the hair. there. So in a modern clinic and salon nowadays, we're seeing a lot of therapists choosing to do the majority of the removal or reduction with their laser, but finishing the jobs with electrolysis technique as well. So hence why there's a big resurgence in now a lot of therapists coming back in and learning the skill.
So combined modalities is what you're seeing in as a trend in, high-end clinics that are offering the complete solution.
Absolutely. And sometimes lasers aren't, of course, effective on the things like your PCOSs. They are being found to actually stimulate paradoxical hypertrichosis, which is an adverse reaction to laser treatment. Again, the only way to rid that hair permanently is through the use of electrolysis.
Oh, that's incredible. What confuses me a little bit is there's so many different types of electrolysis. I've heard these words: galvanic, blend, thermolysis. And so can you explain the difference between them and I suppose the different modality types as well that you can access?
Absolutely. So you're exactly right. There are three that we do talk about. We have our thermolysis treatment, which is just a hot needle. So it's just using an alternating current. Thermolysis or electrolysis in general, though, is all about electricity. It is putting electricity into the body. But with our thermolysis, it's alternating. So the heat goes up and down the probe. So when you insert into the follicle, a heat is distributed through the follicle to inevitably destroy the tissue and the dermal papilla. So that's our thermolysis modality. Galvanic is a different way where, again, you're inserting the same probe, but there's a chemical reaction that takes place between the probe and the moisture in the follicle, and it creates a substance called lye, which is an acid. And so we use that acid to then spurt down and destroy the dermal papilla. And the blend is a combination of both. Because the lye production can take a little longer, so it can take longer to treat that follicle, we speed it up with the heat. To heat the tissue up with the thermolysis. So it's just a blend, but we do at the end of the day only have two types of current, alternating and a direct current, thermolysis and galvanic.
Right. And people listening, they're probably stuck on the old thinking that this is extremely time consuming, very finicky work. Look, you need to be good at what you do, and obviously you need to practice the skill. But we're doubling, tripling, and even more the speeds that we would think that the treatment times are extended, but they're moving much quicker. Why is that?
Modern machinery now, like in all of these years, we've gone from the old type of machinery, but they've still continued to develop overseas in places like America and the UK, and they've always been very forward with their progress of electrolysis and their therapists doing the treatment over there. So again, we're seeing a big introduction now of those devices in Australia, and we're jumping onto that. And it's just a skill perfected with computerized devices that are making the treatments like less painful for the client, and we are getting a better result with different types of probes and where the heat's being distributed down the probe, so we can be more precise with our treatment. And again, there's also the multi-probe devices where there's up to 18 probes going in at one point and
Wow.
a galvanic current going through. So definitely it's just modern technology now bringing, and with Dermaskin Training, we're actually trying to cover all of those to give the modern therapists and modern electrologists a wider understanding of electrolysis in the modern salon environment.
It's game changing. I mean, for a person like myself who has had laser hair removal, pretty much for the last 20 years, I have hair that just cannot get rid of with laser, whether it be white hair, grey hair, hormonal hair that just reoccurs, and with these multi-probe devices, and even without the multi-probe devices, just the speed at which you can treat a face is mind-blowing. It's game-changing. And you've got these clients that you've done this incredible work with laser hair removal, and you're working on their skin, and you're helping them, and then they've got these stubborn hairs that just they just won't go away, and they definitely won't, because if they're white and grey, there's no other way than to obviously treat them in this way, or wax and shave, and then you've got your problems there. But what I'm seeing in these really incredible, successful, high-end clinics that are people say to me, oh, what's the key to success in a clinic, and why are some clinics booming and other clinics, frankly, they're struggling? Well, I do think it's the holistic type of treatment that you can provide in a clinic. If you can service your client from A to Z, you can give them what they need, they will see you as a resource, and they will keep coming back for one thing or another, and that complete service is really what makes the difference. Tell us a little bit about if you're interested, if someone's interested out there in electrology, what techniques and technology would you recommend for particular clinics if they're starting off on their journey, I suppose, and they're just going, okay, I'm interested in this, I want to know more about it?
Absolutely, and that's what we have been finding out with Dermaskin since last year. It's the public that tend to lead that way into what the salon should be offering. So again, as a clinic owner, we had a lot of clients coming in that we weren't getting the success with the laser on its own. So they had said, well, we've heard about this electrolysis. Can you offer that? And so all of a sudden out come the old machines, and we're learning to, fire those up again and learn how to use them. But with people in salons, a lot of the training schools have not necessarily had this on offer, even though it's been part of the diploma in beauty therapy all of these years. A lot of them haven't offered electrolysis as an elective unit. So it is still very much embedded in the national standards. And it is one thing that we do deliver is the unit on its own. So you are getting all of that basic training and meeting the national standard and the criteria to get that unit of competency, which is what you need for insurance and things like that, to be compliant and regulated. And that's where we're pulling out that unit so that you can start your journey of learning electrolysis back at the basics. Getting that unit, maintain infection control is also a very big one, as the electrolysis is skin penetration. So we need to abide by those state laws as well. So we deliver that unit alongside, and back to starting at the basics with therapists out there to pick up this skill.
And if people are wondering as well, I want to know more about this before I commit to doing my further education, commit to bringing a modality in. At the symposium, we have it all. We have the best of the best in Australia coming along to this symposium. Kelly, you are going to be presenting, you're running a panel, you're so involved in the actual creation of this symposium as well with Karen Mirandi Gonzalez. So you're helping put together the program. I mean, you're so forward and so advanced in this area. You've got incredible speakers. You've even got a speaker flying in from the US, one of the world's, I think most, experienced, I would say, one of the most experienced people in the world on electrolysis, coming out to lecture as well alongside you all. And so if you're wondering, look, how do I even dip my toe in this? We've got devices there. We've got the best devices in Australia there. We've got the best trainers in Australia there. We've got all the information. If you're just a beginner, you can come along and you will be able to find out everything. If you're advanced, there's also so many workshops going for advanced practitioners. So whether you're a new person or a person that's advanced in the field, you'll get something incredible out of this. And of course, it's Australia's first anything like that. So please have a look on our website. I think we're going to pop the details on this link as well underneath the caption. So check that out. And also later on, we're going to talk about a discount through Dermaskin for the symposium as well. Moving on to the next question, Kelly, we're talking about a field where the access to education is a little bit limited now. We're starting to see it progress. But why do you think so many therapists are actually underqualified for this modality, even sometimes without realizing it?
think education is that, and I think it's not their fault. It just has not been brought to the forefront that this does exist, that there is a pathway to get accreditation. It just has not been like really advertised a lot for it. And I do feel a lot of therapists, given the opportunity, they would choose that correct regulated pathway to get their national recognition. With Dermaskin, we're actually like offering for therapists that are already out there in the field just an upskilling course, which is then just the 2 units, being electrolysis and maintain infection control. And for newcomers into the industry, we're trying to push forward with getting reform for electrolysis in the future to have their own qualification or certification. And with Dermaskin, if we're delivering that, that's then like 4 or 5 units, which create what we call a skill set that meet that standard, that national standard. So for people that aren't in industry at the moment, that are interested in becoming electrologists, we do have that pathway for them as well. And then we also then have just our upskill. Sometimes a refresher is all a therapist needs. So we recognise that in the industry as well. And especially even with our refresher, we still go back over the criteria and meet the standards of like all organisational policies that exist in giving this delivery or delivering this unit as well, or this modality, so that therapists can be assured. And then, of course, coming through ABIC safe skin clinics and such, with an electrolysis pathway, they can be assured that they are meeting the national standard and again, elevating our industry. And then the clients can see that they have that qualification and builds the trust and the rapport with their customers, that they've gone down the right path.
I think you are pretty much the only person that is on all of our committees. I see you on our education committee, you're on our regulation committee, you're on our electrolysis committee, and I'm pretty sure if we start up another one, you'll probably be there. You're incredible. I don't know how you have time to do all of this. But on top of that, you're running this symposium, or you're helping run the symposium as well. You see so much going on in the industry. And another thing that you have decided to step into is helping us with the process of safe skin certification, specifically for electrology. So we had a meeting and you went through, obviously all of the compliance work that we've done and all the compliance requirements for safe skin certification. And we added quite a few for electrology. Why do you think safe skin, now that you've seen the program, you've been involved in helping to enhance it, why do you think this program is different? Tell us about how you see it and how you think it will help elevate the industry and individuals and clinics.
Well, I think the clinics do. Up until now, we really haven't had anything in the beauty industry that makes us belong to like a group or just a belonging. And I find that ABIC fills that gap. And I just feel that like with our safe skin, again, most therapists want to be compliant and they want to have that safe skin, verification from industry. And so with the checklist of safe skin, it's not about it's allowing clinics to come on board and see what we can offer them to get them to that standard. And again, that then they can like use that for their clients and their customers. If they do see that symbol on the clinic, on their website, or on their front door, that a client can be assured that this particular clinic is following all of the right ways to be regulated in the industry. So I feel that safe skin is very much a part of clinics wanting to get on board and to get that verification.
Yeah.
It's like a bit of a badge of honor, like to say, yeah, I am part of this. And clinics, again, we're not there to fail them by any means. We're there to like say, oh, okay, so you're missing this. This is what you need for that. Tick that off your little box now. So then you can come out and say, great, I've met all the criteria. I'm a safe skin clinic.
I love that you mentioned that as well, because yeah, you're right. We're not here to fail anybody. We're actually here to help you to become compliant. And if there's something that you are missing, in the compliance journey, we actually help you. We provide it. We've got the templates. I mean, we've got all the resources. We've got all the knowledge, and we will be able to give you customizable resources to be able to fill that gap. So don't ever think that, oh my gosh, I'm not ready to do safe skin now because I feel like I don't have my ducks in a row. I feel like I'm not going to be compliant. Great, that's the time you should do safe skin, because we're not just there to certify you, we're there to help you get certified. So you have all your boxes ticked, and it's so seamless. You know, you've actually seen the process yourself as well, and help us to enhance it. So I would say, if you're thinking about how do I elevate my game, how do I feel comfortable that I'm doing all the right things, this is the way to go, especially in the electrology field. And we had experts like Kelly helping us with this to make sure we are 100% compliant. So now another question that I have in my head, because I used to have PCOS. I don't know, I think it might have, you know, with time and age, I think it might have, I've treated it sufficiently, but I still have hormonal hair. Tell me exactly what, apart from that, because we all know that electrolysis can help that, what other types of clients could electrology assist?
Well, the list is unlimited. There are so many people that we see coming in. There is a lot of just a younger generation from hormone issues and things. And again, I'm definitely not an expert in this field, but we can definitely open this up through ABIC to other people as well, coming on board and educating us on this, of what this younger generation are going through at the moment from a hormone perspective. And there's a lot of young girls out there that unfortunately have beard lines, and they're shaving and they're dermaplaning, and it's making it worse for them. So we have to offer a solution. I'm not sure what's causing it. I know it's hormonal. And we also then have our transgender clienteles as well that are coming in for to go down that pathway as well. So that's a whole nother clientele list there too. Our transgenders, and there's just the list is insurmountable. I mean, there's even one client in particular that I have had that I'd never seen before and didn't realize that this could be another potential avenue for, had a facelift, of course. Well, that hairline was still now growing up into the ear.
Oh, goodness.
It had to be removed. I was never seen anything like that either. So there's just with modern day surgeries and things, again, in the medical field, we're working a lot with people in that as well, to remove the hair from that follicle permanently so it doesn't grow back in that area. So very much in line with a lot. Electrolysis is the list is endless.
I was speaking to someone the other day who said they had to increase their work week by 2 days because they literally cannot fit all of their clients in. And then I have so many clinics that actually offer electrology, looking for electrologists. So there's a huge boom in that area. Apart from, you know, the incredible and clear business opportunity that this presents, what other benefits do you think that electrolysis can bring to your clinic in terms of retention and growth?
Well, I think that it is, definitely like works hand in hand along with your laser clients that are already there. Instead of sending them on to other, electrology clinics, they can actually be offering that in service as well in clinic. So it absolutely works alongside. So any laser technicians or clinics that have that already on their menu, electrolysis is definitely very much an add-on for that.
I feel like you've got your own built-in set of clients already for this, because they're already coming in for hair removal. It's not like you have to find your electrology clientele, right? They're all there. All you need to do is email your database and say, we have this offer now, we have this on offer, and watch your books fill up with clients coming back that have thought that their hair removal journey has ended, where this new journey can pick up, and just on the spot as well, bookings. You have your laser or your hair removal client, and then on the day you're actually converting to, look, I can see we've done your laser, but I can see we've missed all of these, white hairs or hormonal hairs that aren't responding. Let's pop you on the electrolysis. And ongoing, and you'll have them, and you'll also get all of their family members. Oh, referrals.
Yeah.
How many referrals are you seeing from electrology clients? I thought laser was good, but this is insane.
Well, I think laser started the trend where everyone's like, oh, great, the hair's going to be all gone. So, I mean, that brought a whole lot of people out to start that journey, and then realizing they're just missing that last little bit to finish it off. So, but back before lasers were around, I don't think people really thought about having this complete clearance of hair. But the laser started it, and now all these laser clients, you can guarantee, call up all those old ones, they still do have some hair growing back.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so for anybody watching right now who's curious to start, but they just, don't know where to go, obviously go to Dermaskin, call Kelly. We have, obviously we're going to link her social medias to this. So if you've got any questions, you can reach out to her about anything really, because she's so involved with ABIC that, if you're unsure about regulation, or if you're unsure about, where to start on your education journey, please reach out. But those, who are watching, what's one step they can take tomorrow to explore electrolysis further?
Well, through the ABIC Electrolysis committee, where we do have like our special page for that, for electrolysis and electrologists interested in joining, you can join that. Absolutely reach out to me through dermaskintraining.com.au online. I do have a lot of information about going down that compliant pathway, that for national accreditation, but then also covering anyone who has any questions at all on what electrolysis means, how long does it take to study, how quickly can we pick up this skill. I'm off to Melbourne next week and then Brisbane at the end of the month too. So, and I've been over in Perth. So it's very much like building up very quickly across Australia, and where I can getting the therapist regulated now, so that if we do go into certifiable certificates in the future, you already have those units of competency ready to map straight over to a different qualification that just specialises in electrology. So again, I'm just trying to be here to help to elevate the industry for that. And however we can help, we're here. So again, with devices and things like that, we have a lot of information on which device to choose, which might be a good fit. What's the different modalities? What do your clientele need? Then when your clients are in, what treatment plan do we put them on? These kind of things are all back in the education.
Amazing. And again, a reminder of the Electrology Symposium. It is the 11th and 12th of January. It's in Sydney. There are limited seats because it is selling fast, especially this month. It's picked up quite a bit. So if you're interested, please don't miss out, because again, we've only got a number of people that can attend. If you're an ABIC member, already an ABIC member, doesn't matter what membership type, it's only $2.99 for a ticket. You get your food provided for 2 days, coffees, teas, like there's an event as well that night, a networking event. We get extended lunches, workshops, incredible speakers. If you're not an ABIC member, it's $3.99, or you could literally buy a $99 membership for ABIC and get the $2.99 access, and then you have both.
You get the 10% off if you mentioned the Dermaskin 10.
Oh, right.
You'll get another 10% off as well.
Well, what's the code? Dermaskin
10 with a capital D.
Perfect.
Dermaskin 10 in there.
Love that. Love that.
And you'll get 10% off your ticket as well.
Yes, amazing. And that ABIC Electrolysis group, so you just go on Facebook and look up ABIC Electrology. What is it called? ABIC Electrology.
That ABIC Electrology group. I'm sure it's in under that. Maybe we can pop that in here as well, a direct link.
Absolutely, a great idea.
And ask us any questions on there. Ask away. We're on that little group all the time, so you can pop on and ask where to go, and it's always good to have like probably an information session prior to maybe signing up, and that's what we may do, another little podcast for that, for people wanting to ask questions about it first, about what the training entails, how many days, how many hours, an info session to see how it can fit into your schedule if you are a busy clinic. We do have many other ways of delivering the units.
Oh, that's great. That's really good
Yeah,
to
yeah,
know, especially if you're studying remotely as well. There are options for you.
yeah.
Kelly, it's always so incredible to talk to you. I feel like I always learn something when I'm in your midst. Thank you for all the work that you're doing through ABIC and for giving back so generously, being a member, but also just being part of all of those committees. The hard work that all of our committee members put in is just so admirable, and they do it all for you. They do it all for the industry,
Yes.
and they do it altruistically. Like they donate their time. So, hats off to you and everybody else that volunteers through ABIC. It's an incredible initiative, and it really will propel our industry forward. Just in awe of you and everybody else that's a part of it. And thank you so much for coming on today and talking to us about this incredibly exciting new field that we're all
Yes,
not new, but resurging field.
definitely. And thank you to you, Steph, for everything you do for us as well, for the industry.
Oh, it's such a pleasure and so much fun too. Thank you everyone for watching. We'll catch you soon. Bye,
Thank
Kelly. Bye,
you.
everyone.